Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. So yeah, let's combine some of the samples in the MC-101 with the synth engine. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to record one of my home keyboards that I'll be selling soon, and I just want to get recordings of it anyway. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are with the PSS 470, and as you can see, I'm using the FM sliders to augment and effect, change some of the parameters of the FM synth engine in this beautiful sounding classic home keyboard. This is probably one of the earliest iterations. I think the PSS 360 was the earliest editable FM synthesizer that Yamaha released for the home market sometime in the early 80s. As you can see, I'm recording a lot of C notes. It's not just C, but the ones I'm going to be loading into the MC-101 are going to be C. This is so that when I load them into the sampler, I can play them chromatically as is. And one of the first things I'm going to do when I get it into the machine is I'm going to add some of the partials from the Zencore engine that is inside the MC-101, and I'm going to combine them with these FM sounds, and we're going to make some really, really unique synth sounds. Wow, in my last video, man, people hating. Yeah, a lot of people in Facebook and in the other groups, Reddit, and here on YouTube, really thought that I overstepped my bounds, basically saying what I did about the MC-101 and that I didn't know how to use the machine, and that apparently I just don't have enough experience with hardware, that the MC-101 isn't actually a sampler, it's a groove box with sampling capabilities. Sounds like a sampler to me. I paid $360 for my MC-101, and that's including shipping, and that's on the low end of the used market. And basically, I want to make sure that anyone who's going to spend their hard-earned cash on an MC-101 knows exactly what they're getting into. The things I complained about are literally just usual options that you find inside of a sampling groove box or inside of a groove box of any kind. And purchasing it not knowing that I would not be able to use just the MC-101 to make 2 hours of music is really, really disheartening, actually. And all the information that is out on the MC-101 right now is basically just singing its praises and glorifying its synth engine, and all those things are great, but I don't know, some of these things, some of the lack of features really need to be told by somebody, basically. Anyway, I'm going to chop these samples up and load them into the MC-101. Let's go. Okay, so now I have I have the samples chopped up and loaded into the MC-101. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and go to Wave File. I'm going to put synth samples on 2, 3, and 4. And leave 1 for drums. So let's scroll to the folder, PSS 380. And let's preview some of these. That's a good bass. Let's load it. And let's go to 3. I got some plucky stuff in there. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's load that. Let's go to 4. And something like that. Let's load that. Okay, so now we have some samples. I'm going to write some patterns with a MIDI sequencer, which I find to be easier than smashing out things on these keys. I'm going to put them in the 101 and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got some music in here. I'm going to turn everything down though, and we're going to start with number 2. And I'm going to combine this with one of the synth voices. So we're going to go to Shift and sound, go to partial. Now the first partial, okay, OSC1, is the synth voice, so we don't want to mess with that one. We're going to go to OSC2, go to number 6, and the switch will turn it on, okay? And then we'll go back to number 5, and let's choose the type of oscillator that I want to mix with my sample. It's going to be PCM, okay? So let's go to a random bank and a random wave. Hey, that was actually pretty good right off the bat, but wish I could do this with a button so it was easy to get. Wish I could do that. All right, that's a good one. Let's go to the next, number 6, and let's turn the level of that all the way up. And let's exit out of here for a moment and let's listen to this track. Let's turn the filter down a little. Filter sounds good. Up. Okay, let's go back to editing. Back into the partial. Let's go to how. Number 7 is how oscillators modulate each other in partial number 1 and partial number 2. So over here right now, the structure, sync, ring. Let's do X mod, and let's turn the mod up. Let's go back to oscillator 2 to coarse tuning, right? And let's mess with the down 12, like 1 octave. Let's go up 12, 1 octave. I think that's kind of thick. We can use filtering to get, we can use effects to give it some boost. Let's go forward and look at our ADSR. Let's turn on the ADSR. Let's go back to the envelope pitch. We don't need the pitch envelope. We don't need the, let's try with the amp envelope. Let's turn sustain down. Okay. Turn out the decay. So it's like a pluck. It's going to be at 500. Give it some release. Let's go back to the filter envelope and let's do the same thing. Let's make this thing, let's go back to settings. Let's turn it all the way up. Let's go to coarse tune, that's good, fine tune. Let's make it mono. Oh, it's already mono. That's how I have it set. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Let's go to some effects. And let's scroll through some. Exciter. That's kind of interesting. All right. Let's put some filter movement. Okay, let's go to number 3. and do some... Oh, that's very quiet. Looks like I got the reverb on that piece. We'll turn it up later. Let's go to settings. Let's turn the level up. And it's poly, hopefully. Actually, let's send reverb. Oh, that's what I had before. Let's send it to the delay. Okay, let's go to partials, and we'll go back. Oscillator 2, switch it on. Turn the level down. Go back to oscillator type. Let's do PCM again. Find a bank. Ooh, beautiful. It sounds good, but unfortunately it has no... What? Oh, nut. Dang, I messed it up. Okay, obviously I accidentally changed the waveform of oscillator 1, and I actually can't find sample in here for oscillator 1. So I'm gonna have to literally go back and reload the wave file. Or any wave file, I guess. It was like kind of plucky. Hopefully I can find another one. That's like a bell. That'll do. Okay, let's listen. Kept the effect settings, that's good. Okay, let's go back into partials. This time we won't make this mistake. Oscillator 2, let's turn it on. Turn the level down. Oscillator 2, PCM, bank. Let's hear it with the bass. Let's go to 4. Okay, heavy reverb again. Let's go to partials. Oscillator 2. Turn the switch on. Set the level, go back to 5, choose the oscillator type. Let's try supersaw this time. How much? Let's go to coarse tune and let's coarse tune this down 24, 2 octaves. Let's go to ADSR again. Let's turn it on. Oh, whoops. Not the pitch envelope. Wouldn't that be something if I could get a good, solid, like... Anyway. Amp. I think that reverb amount is too heavy. All right, let's save this project. Right. overwrite. All right, so that was pretty interesting. It wasn't as quick and as intuitive as I wanted it to be, and I didn't really practice this before I started filming because I wanted you to see how quickly I could pick it up, you know, if I could pick it up